Today I want to share a simple strategy that takes really only seconds to do that could empower you to reduce spending, live more minimally, and have a better life. It's a strategy that makes you feel good about yourself, is inherently motivating, but could really transform your relationship with stuff. I know for me, I implemented it pretty recently, and I have seen a stark contrast in not only how much I'm shopping, but also even my desire to shop. Like my drive to shop has decreased, and I've seen this huge transformation in myself, and it's just from this one little thing that I want to share with you today. If we're honest, I would argue that most of us, at least here in the US, have that certain category of items that they tend to buy over and over again, or at least dream of buying over and over again. I know if I'm honest with myself and look in the mirror, it's a lot of categories like white t-shirts or button-downs or coats in the winter or spring jackets or boots or booties. Clearly, I have quite a few categories. But I have to say, I feel like the thesis of this channel is the idea that in order to pursue minimalism, it's not just about decluttering. Decluttering is definitely a big factor in it, but it's also about a mindset shift and reducing the flow of belongings into your home. Because I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm constantly collecting things, whether it's through gifts or free things or shopping. Things come into my home. And so I've been in this battle of really trying to reduce that trickle in of belongings. And it involves a lot of self-restraint and self-control, things that don't necessarily come easily to the average human. But what's great is today I want to share with you one simple strategy, something that will take you just like 10 seconds every once in a while that could really transform your relationship with accumulation and shopping. Before I tell you what that thing is though, I want to briefly talk about the sponsor of today's video, which I know it's weird in general that I do sponsorships when I'm talking about taking control of shopping and kind of trying to live with less. But I do want to say thank you to all of you for kind of being understanding about the fact that this is a real way for me to support my channel and to keep going with it. I just hope you realize that I'm very picky about my sponsors. I only want to work with companies or products that I really like or believe in. And today's sponsor is no exception. And I will also say it's something that we all need and use and will have to purchase at some point. But I think it's better to purchase it from a company that's thinking about you, your health, and the environment in the process. Native is a deodorant and shower product brand that is vegan, cruelty-free, and made with clean and effective ingredients. They recently sent me a deodorant and body spray, and a body wash, and I am truly obsessed. I got the scents lavender and rose, cucumber and mint, and lilac and white tea. They also have a range of scents like sea salt and cedar, or sweet peach and nectar. I'm especially obsessed with this cucumber mint body wash. Ugh, amazing. I gotta say, I love that the deodorant is aluminum free and paraben free, but still super effective. It has 72 hours of odor protection. I love that it's not sticky and it's dry while I'm applying it. I also love that the body wash really lathers up well and it leaves my skin feeling soft and hydrated. What's cool is their deodorant and body spray can serve as a deodorant, but can also double as a scent spray you can apply other places on your body. Their products are clean, simple, and effective, and will keep you smelling good all day long. What's great is I have an awesome offer for you today that is financially conscientious. The best sellers pack is normally $36, but if you use my link and the code SLICEOFLIGHT, you can get your deodorant, body wash, and deodorant and body spray for only $24. That's a 33% savings. So if you're in need of deodorant, which most of us are, I would definitely encourage you to check out Native. It's also another great way to support the channel. Anyway, back to the one thing that has helped me take control of my shopping so much more lately and has just been, I don't want to sound dramatic, but maybe even life-altering. What's great about this strategy is that most strategies are about kind of punishing yourself, like sort of guilting yourself into not shopping, or budgeting so that you're aware of what you're spending. But then even when you look at a budget or look at how you spend, sometimes you feel guilty or bad about yourself, you feel ashamed. And I just don't feel like that's a very good motivator for saving money and reducing shopping. Now, obviously, budgeting is a good thing. I'm not saying don't budget, but I'm saying this strategy, in addition to all that, could really help empower you and make you feel good. Basically, when you're confronted with the moment of decision about whether to purchase something or not, take a second and decide, hey, do I really need to buy this right now? Could I maybe hold off for a little bit? And when you do that, put that item on a list of items that you were tempted to buy but did not purchase. And specifically put down how much money that item cost. Then over time, you have this running list of items that you were tempted to buy but didn't, and then you can add up exactly how much you have saved over, say, the last week, the last month, the last year. And sometimes you'll be pretty shocked at how much money you saved. What's great about it is that every time you're tempted to buy something and you put it on that list, you have this little moment, a jolt of maybe adrenaline or dopamine or just happiness where you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm saving that amount of money, and that money could go towards something else. Now, maybe you're not sold on this. Maybe it's like, another thing I have to write down or do. But I'm telling you, once you get going with it, it is very fun because you start feeling empowered and like you're more in control of your shopping and your spending, and you want to keep doing it. The first reason why I think it's helpful is that it helps you delay. If you have another option other than just buying the item that will help you put off buying the item, you might be less likely to buy it purely because you just waited. Often shopping is a very impulsive in the moment phenomenon that's led by emotions or just kind of like this impulsive drive. But if you take a second to do something else to bring your attention away, quite often when you come back to that item, you're just not wanting it as much. And having an alternative other than buying the item gives you that moment of doing something else, putting it on a list, bringing your attention away to something that makes you feel good about yourself, and then maybe reduces the likelihood that you actually buy it. A second reason, and I kind of mentioned this before, but it positively reinforces that decision not to purchase something. It makes you feel in that moment like you're taking back control. And there's a lot of research indicating that positive reinforcement is a way more effective indicator than punishment as far as actual behavior modification. And so this is a strategy that is heavily reinforcing for your behavior to not shop. Third, it helps you see the item from another perspective as an opportunity cost. An opportunity cost is defined as the possible benefits a person misses out on by choosing one option over another. Think about it. When you buy something, the cost of that item is not just purely the cost of that item. In a sense, it's almost like a swing of that amount of money in the opposite direction. Like instead of that money being in your account, it is actively not in your account. And by that money actively not being in your account, it takes away from opportunities to do other things maybe you really care about, like visiting a friend who doesn't live in the same town as you, going on a trip to somewhere you've always wanted to go, getting more education, or saving up for retirement. And somehow listing that item and putting down the amount of money that you are saving helps embolden you to use that money towards a better opportunity. Fourth, this strategy helps you gain more self-awareness of your purchasing habits. By having a running list of the items that you are tempted by, you might start to notice patterns. Is there a particular category that you're repeatedly tempted to buy? Is there a specific account on social media or something that always gets you to buy things that you really don't need? Knowing that information can help you think about what type of media you actually want to be consuming, who you should or should not be following on social media, as well as maybe even like the types of things that maybe you know when you see, you can know, okay, this is in that category. I need to just like slow my horses here and think about this for a minute since I know this is like a trigger for me. Fifth, it helps you track your progress over time in a quick and easy way that could really change your long-term behavior. Self-monitoring, so writing down your behaviors, has been shown to be one of the most powerful forms of behavior change. For some reason, if you force people to write things down and specifically their behaviors, it can help them change. But think about it, if you're writing down things that you're doing right instead of what you're doing wrong, good choices that you're making rather than bad choices, again, that's so much more reinforcing than just noticing when you're doing something wrong. Sixth, and this one is really important, ultimately, this strategy helps save you money and time and space for what you really care about. Belongings are often just distractions. They're pulling our attention away from the things that are actually worrying us or stressing us out. They're a distraction from pain, from hurt or broken relationships, from medical problems or stressors. But these belongings aren't the long-term solution. They aren't actually going to make you feel better about those areas in your life that are difficult. And they're also not going to bring that deep sense of joy and belonging that you'll feel by putting that money and that time and energy toward better use. We know this. Clearly, belongings are not the answer, yet somehow we get pulled in. So using this tactic could really change those in-the-moment behaviors that might currently be partially ruining your life. So now that we think this strategy is so great, hopefully, the question is, how do you implement it? Well, first of all, I'd encourage you to make it as easy as possible. Now, ideally, it would be in an Excel spreadsheet of some kind so that you can easily add up the amounts, but even if it's a note in your phone or something, that can make it easy to just be sure to write it down in the moment when you're saving the money. Another option also is to tell someone in your life whom you trust that you're starting to do this, maybe even do it along with them if they're interested, just to keep a sense of accountability and keeping yourself on track. This whole exercise also brought to light to me how sometimes even if something is really affordable or cheap or not that much money, say it's like a $15 item, I might think, oh, I can afford that, like that's doable. But when they add up and you have a bunch of those items, they can really suck out your bank account. And so writing down all the items, even if they're smaller, $5 here, $10 there, it can all add up. And if you're monitoring it, you can see how much you really are saving by making the right decisions. Anyway, I have found this strategy to be transformative for me, really empowering. It just has made me feel like I have gotten back some of the control and I can feel good about the progress I've made. So I hope that at least one of you out there who sees this video implements it and lets me know how it goes. Gaining control of our spending can have rippling effects on our lives. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. It's a great way to support the channel. Also subscribe below for more videos like this. And if you enjoyed this video, you might also enjoy a video I made about how to reduce visual clutter in your home and how to make your home look minimalist even if you're not a total minimalist. So I will link that at the end of this video in case you want to watch. Anyway, thank you so much for spending this little bit of time with me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.